you know, shipping is all about, you know, transportation is about global trade, and I think Professor Rogov gave a good point about China. You know, it's about the big regions. China is weak. US, I would say, is growing, but with not a lot of flexibility because it has its debt is now, its revenue is consumed by the debt service more than defense and the entitled programs, so not a lot of room. And Europe is anemic, not existing. So the world economies, they have some problems, with the exception of US. But in shipping, the real question in 2025 will be how we resolve the geopolitical events that we see. How the Ukrainian war, the Red Sea, the hot war with Israel and Iran, and basically the flashing red topic of tariffs. So big picture, if we see the Ukrainian war, it can be anything from we are going to resolve it with going back to the past, removing sanctions, removing or expanding and extending to secondary countries. We saw in the last days of the Biden administration, he put the Russian Black Fleet into sanctions. What that meant, 100 VLCCs, the largest vessels, about 10% of the global fleet was removed. Just to give you, because I'm an engineer and I like numbers, we are talking about the new building vessels for 2025, there are 5 versus 100, 10% of the fleet. So it's a huge effect. The same we see also in oil. How it's going to be, in Trump 1.0, we saw that he restricted, he had sanctions in Iran, and he restricted oil export by 88% to 350,000 barrels. Today is 1.6 under Biden. So where are we going to go on that? Red Sea, is it really true that the Houthis will open the Suez? I don't know. Iran, the hot war with Iran and and Israel. Are we talking? Is it really going to be an easy? First of all, there is not any more proxies. This is direct attacks. Is it going to happen anything? Are we going to have an attack and a retaliation? That's what will mean for the oil trade. Through the Strait of Hormuz, it passes about 30% of the seaborne oil. And finally, I can say, is the tariffs. And here is anyone's guess. We don't know what will be and how they will be implemented. Is it going to be a smaller world? Is it going to be the West versus the East and something in between? Or we will rebalance trade in a more normalized way? I will say that for shipping, shipping is all about efficiency. So in the short term, inefficiency can be good. In the long term, we all know it's very bad. So it's all your guess about how we will end up in this. Resolving the conflicts will be the big events for 2025.
Right. I wanted to ask about specifically, I was talking to somebody in air freight just before Christmas, and he said that they were seeing a lot of requests from customers to move things to America before the inauguration. Did you see a change in global trade patterns as people tried to get ahead of Donald Trump, or is it just more slow moving in your world?
Actually, this is what you say is very interesting, because we're really searching for data. We didn't see a real big move. That is a very natural thing when you put tariffs. You will expect that there will be a front running, meaning that you will try to buy the product before the prices rise. We haven't seen that. What is very interesting, which I don't know what to make of that. We saw that in November and December this year, China reduced its purchase for corn and wheat by 85 and 95%, and soybean by 20%. To us, this is a question. Are they waiting for a reason, for negotiation? This is the questions we always ask ourselves.
Right, so they can buy more later and say they've bought more.